Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, aka Hump Day, aka Monday number 3, aka Office Day for me, aka May 21st. And today we'll cover the funds. YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, MSTY, SMCY, and P to the L to the T to the Y. So let's get to it. All right. First, as usual now, we will do the pre-market just to see kind of where we stand, which will give me a little help if I remember how we're doing heading into the week, heading into the trades. We have 3 trading days left until the expiration date on these covered calls. Oh yeah, just quick reminder too, because a lot of people do ask, my options trading updates do happen at the end of this video. Unfortunately, there's not enough time as there was prior, so I have to add them to the end of this video, and it kind of works out. I feel like it does. I don't know. You guys can feel free to give me feedback. So anyway, this is as of 5:02 a.m. Tesla is up 0.6%, 345.83. TSLY is up 0.66%, 921. Nvidia is down 0.84%, 133.25. NVIDIA is down 0.71%, 1674. Coin is up 0.28%, 262.12. CONY is up 0.46%, 879. MSTR is down 0.26%, 415.85. MSTY is up 0.21%, 23.83. TSLL, they are up 1.14%, 15.07. TNA, Dynamite, is down 2.38%, 30.32. They've been going down, man. They've been going down, Cletus. All right, Bitcoin is down 0.59%, 106,426. BitX is down 1.14%, 55.63. I think I need to get a more comfortable chair. This steel chair is not doing it anymore, or at least get a cushion. What do you think? All right, Soxel is down 1.89%, 17.63. SMCI is down 0.28%, 42.65. SMCY is up 0.79%, 20.49. Plater is down 0.45%, 125.02. PLTY is down 0.24%, 70.08. UPRO is down 1.63%, 80.32. TQQQ is down 1.76%, 69.64. Okay. So that's the update on pre-market. Some stocks up, like Tesla, but overall indexes look to be down. So hey, whatever. Let's get to it. Let's get to the fun stuff. This is our spreadsheet. Actually, I gotta say, I don't really know if I trust this download. I downloaded the data. I got, it looked funky. I got some errors when the file downloaded it. MSTY looks right. I kind of double checked a few things, but it's kind of out of order too. So I don't know. Like AMZ is at the top, then we got MSTY, and NVIDIA's down here, which is, that's not the norm. So it's scaring me. So YieldMax people, if you're listening, not sure what happened to the intraday download yesterday. Luckily, it worked on my little converter thing. So I almost had to message my IT friend, who probably is going to yell at me anyway, because I haven't used his latest update. But I'll get to it anyway. So who had trades? I think we just saw who had trades. MSTY had trades, decent amount. NVIDIA had trades, and SMCY, and that's it from who we cover at least. So let's go to MSTY. What the heck did they do? I don't know. Buy to close. You see a buy to close. What are they closing? Buy to close call. Okay, great. What did they close? 442.50. Looks to be out of the money, and they paid 164. So that looks like a winner chicken dinner. What they do? They opened a new call. They just moved it up. Actually, they closed it. They moved it up. They said, you know what? Let's, a lot of time value wore off. We won this trade. Let's move it up a little, spend a little money, move it up to a 452.50, 8.53% out of the money. Gives a little more room for upside. So don't sing it, bring it. And then it looks like they sold some of the calls, the long calls, the little butt buddies that hang out. They sold them for some credits, opened new ones like this one, this 5,000. They sold what? A 470, and they actually moved it down, right? To a 450, again, to capture more upside. So it looks like they're trying to capture more upside. So let's look what they did here. 1,500 buy, call, sell, put. They added to the 390. So new money coming in. They're selling calls on that new money. Okay, it makes sense. And then real quick here, selling calls. Yeah. And then buying calls. So they sold the 470 and bought the 450. So again, a more upside potential there. And then by the close call here, they closed the 440 and they rolled it up. Again, it looks like they're setting up to capture more upside, probably because, they essentially made what they made for the week, and now they're working on, building up, the strategy in case MSTR decides to moon, right? Moon. All right, let's go to the MST file here. Okay, so we saw that they added to the synthetic. What synthetic? The 390, 1,500 contracts, right? Yesterday was May 20th. Yes, it was. All right, May 20th. And they added to it. They cost them a little money, right? About 4 mil. Yeah, about that. Okay, whatever. And again, the synthetic, when's it expire? June 20th, 31 days away. So we'll see how that all plays out. They also have a synthetic 420, just chilling. Again, same expiration date. Let's leave it alone. Let it be. 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 All right, so let me go to yesterday. How did MSTR do yesterday? It went up 8.85%. Oh, that's good. What did Misty do? Misty went up 0.85%. Damn. I mean, damn. So it matched it. 141. So in your face. I mean, that's pretty good. I will take it. Will you take it? Yes, I forgot to add the 30-day IV daily change. I think I'm going to. I just don't know where. Again, very sensitive spreadsheet. I don't want to mess around with anything. So just give me time. Bear with me, guys. All right, so if I scroll to the tippity-toppity top, we could just kind of see, again, we talked about what they did. They closed out some of the calls. These were the buy calls, right? So obviously, these are the sold calls. Good Lord. And then you could see that they won the trades, right? Because they got a $5 credit there. They paid $1.64 there. $5 credit there. And then you see over, like, money-wise, overall dollars, you could see the profits. $100,800 profit. $336,000 profit. $478,500 profit overall for that trade, all right? Again, they trade options for us. They make money for us in the ETF, within the ETF, on top of mimicking the movement of the underlying. Again, synthetic just represents, I can't talk today, that's a problem, represents the movement of the underlying, right? So that's doing that thing. And then they're selling calls, right? Selling calls, buying calls, doing other things, trying to make us money on top of whatever MSTR is doing, right? They can't control what MSTR does, but they'll try to make money using options plays in the meantime, right? Using that sweet-ass IV, which unfortunately has been struggling, 64%. That's not the IV that we want, honestly. We want like 80%. We want 90%. We want 100 freaking percent. But I don't know what's going on, man. It's just chilling at this 64 crap, which kind of sucks, but hey, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. All right, so what's this going on here? All right, so they closed the 440 again, $1.49. So we'll just go over here. How much did they win? 401,000 on one, 364,000 on another, 401,000 on another, and 414,000 on another. No soundboard here, so you get just free random sound effects from my weird ass. All right, what do we got here? Another 440, just chilling. $309,000 win. So can you dig that? Sucker! All right, so what do we got here? We got the buy call. Again, they closed out the 470. They rolled that sucker down. So overall, yeah, this is going to come up as, well, no, this is matched with a sold call, so it won't come up as anything until they sell that call. because again, we opened those together, so I kind of boxed them as one, and I consider, you know, the net of the two a win or a loss, if that makes sense. I mentioned this on yesterday's video, the Monday recap. I'm going to do my best to try to go into a little more detail, which unfortunately I cannot on these, because these videos are already like 50 minutes to an hour. So I'm not trying to like take up your whole day here. All right, so anyway, what do we got? This is another 440. They closed. Sweet. $449,000 win. Oh yeah, oh yeah, hell yeah. All right, this sucker here. Again, this is the other 470 by call. They closed that out. Again, that's mixed with a sell call. No rule on the win-loss on that sucker. And then if you look here, the 520 activity date, all the way to column A, these are the new trades for yesterday, right? So sold call, buy call, sold call, buy call. So we don't care. We're not going to read it there. We're going to go to the MSTR holdings and read it there, because it's just so much easier. All right. So here we go. Let me zoom out for you guys. I want the big picture. All right. Some of us can't see, right? Some of us are old. My eyes are actually still pretty damn good though, even though I'm getting to be old. All right. So here we go. Yay! All right, so we got the lowest strike here, 415, alert, 415, in the money, in the money. So, unfortunately, our lowest strike price, yes, it's in the money. It's 0.46% in the money. We'll see how that plays out, though. The next strike, 420, next strike, 425, 430, 435, 440, all the way up to 450, 250. So, they are what? Scattered-a-doo. So they got calls everywhere, right? That 415 not looking so pretty right now, but we still have 3 trading days. Anything can happen. Everything else is out of the money still, so that's good. Our highest strike is 8.53% out of the money. Again, I think that was the new one that they opened, so that's pretty cool. I like that move, right? Again, we want to get the most upside that we can, and it's pretty sweet that we got this little butt buddy in between. Of course, if I click something, this stupid pop-up comes up and it screws up my whole view. All right, so anyway, I was trying to say the 450 is, you know, I love when you see green, when you see the buy call sandwich went right in between the sell calls, you know, that's a sweet ass thing. So, you know, we got to make like a sound effect for that. So anyway, how do I feel about these at the moment? Not too bad. Again, it's tight, but we got to see how it plays out. There's 3 trading days. We might be capping it, right? I might mail Scott a cap soon, and he could wear it, you know, when he's trading during the day. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to the weeklies. Finish the weeklies tab. So, outstanding shares. Did people buy into MSTY? Well, let me think. Yep. 2,175,000 increase. I mean, what the hell? This is crazy. This fund is just blowing up. People are buying MSTY. CNBC people are buying MSTY. I mean, do you believe it? It's getting out there, man. It's getting popular. It's got the next big thing. So that's nuts, man. It's nuts. These high yield ETFs, they're making noise, especially YieldMax. All right, so here's the recap. Again, I'm going to read prices now. MSTY, $23.79. Not a bad price. MSTR, $416.92. Not a bad price at all. 30-day IV, 64%. Now that's bad. Again, we want higher. We're greedy. We want higher premium, so we need higher IV. The total outstanding shares, 173,925,000. Total net income on the weeklies, it's still a loss, unfortunately, 12.2 mil. All right, MSTR fund tab. We have the Bitcoin price at the top, 106 mil. We knew they added some Bitcoin the day prior, so nothing new there. Let's just look at the MSTR change. It went up 0.85%. We know MSTY matched it 1-to-1. Winter went down 0.75%, so that kind of makes sense. And then we got IMST, the competitor to MSTY. They went up 0.81%, but unfortunately it's not enough, so MSTY is the clear winner. And again, MSTY is not updating because I don't know. And until I get 1,000 likes on a daily video within a 24-hour period, I'm not updating it manually. So if you want me to update MSTY, you know what you got to do. 1,000 likes on this video before I wake up in the morning. and I will update that sucker manually. Sound good? I mean, either way, it's going to get updated as soon as Google Sheets recognizes it. They're not giving it love, man. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. I'm having fun with that, obviously, too. But no, I'm seriously not updating it until I get that. Anyway, got to make you guys work, too. Reaction, yeah, there's Misty, and then there's the other funds right there. And the Misty's the big pumpkin, and then there's every other fund. That's pretty much how I feel about these lately. It's just Misty, and then there's everyone else. Because Misty, if you think about it, just think about trying to explain Misty to an everyday person. I mean, have you done it? And what is their reaction? It's probably hilarious, honestly. I would love, that's a video in itself. Going around, have you heard of Misty? Did you know it pays 100% yield? Oh, can you explain? Oh, and then explain it. I mean, someone should do that. I'm not doing it. Who the hell's got time for that? But you guys should do it. I'll watch it. Send me the video. That would be freaking hilarious. Or even with your friends and family, man. That's seriously probably some good content. Anyway, see, I just made a new channel. Anyway, so let's go to the payment information. Synthetic income, 59 mil. Is that good? Yeah, I'll take it. Weeklies have lost about 12 mil. So total net income is about 47 mil. That's an income per share of 27 cents so far. So, and we got some more time. Rotomator, again, I can't use because the weeklies aren't making income yet. But if we look at just the IV, our next payment will be around $1.17. So again, think about it. If the synthetics aren't making bank, bro, I'm not going to give it any guesstimate really much higher than $1.17. But if the synthetics make bank, bro, then maybe I'll boost it up. Let's look at the last payment. The last payment was $2.37. The payment before that, $1.33. This is under both of them, so this would kind of suck. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's too early to talk about the guesstimate anyway. So let's just stop it. Let's stop it. All right. So MSTR Holdings. We went through the calls. Let's look at their synthetic positions. They got a 390 and a 420. We knew that. They're hanging in. They're doing well. What's the value of the Misty fund? Well, it's $4.1 billion. That's it. Chump change, right? The NAV is 23.80 and the trade pass is 23.79. Synthetic bailout money, is it worth on paper $1.40? We just talked about this, right? They didn't make any bank, synthetic bank, bro. And that's all they got right now, 140. So it's probably not worth touching. Again, maybe the 390, right? So let's look at MSTR price. It's up here somewhere. MSTR is at 416. So they could consider rolling that 390 into the 420, your favorite holiday, and make some money there. Again, I don't know how much money that would make, but we'll see. Probably a pretty penny, but I should probably break down the synthetic bailout money individually down here. I know that's more work for me, but now I'm curious what the 390 is worth, right? But yeah, something to think about. I know I make up all these things and I just forget to do it. But anyway, synthetic contracts, what do they total? 99,215. Okay, that's fine. That's great. How many of them are they selling calls on? All of them, 100%. Okay, that's fine. And how many have a butt buddy? 10% have the butt buddy, the credit call spread, the buy call, the whatever the hell. You can call it whatever the hell you want. But that's what they got. Insurance, yes, whatever. Okay, let's move on. Here we go. IMST. The other fund, right? The other fund. How they doing? Well, let's see. They have a synthetic, a 410. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Did I put MSTR? Yeah, I added MSTR price down here like that. I know this. I'm not giving the proper love to this tab here. I need to make it a little more pretty. But so they're what? They got a synthetic 410, and they're selling calls. Let's look at the expiration date. We do have it in the picture. So see the calls. See the sell calls, now go to the left. The top one expires June 20th. Again, a month away. That's a 450, that's 7.93% out of the money. So that's got room, that's got wiggle room. But it's a month away, so that's pretty scurry. And then the other ones expire, the next two expire Friday, 420, 430. They're still out of the money, 0.74% and 3.14%. And then the ones right below that, they expire May 30th, the following week. That's a 430 and a 435. That's 3 and 4% out of the money. So again, not terrible. Let's see how it all develops. And then here's MST. Again, they're a little different fund, which we're not going to really get into, but they have like leverage, double leverage on 50% of the fund, I believe, or is it 60 or 40? I don't freaking know. I don't remember. I should probably add that little tidbit down here. But anyway, what are they doing? They got swaps. Yes, they do. And I have some information on swaps in a second for MSTY. But they're buying calls. Yes, okay. We know that. They're buying calls. That's some more exposure on the underlying. They have a 325 and a 450. And that expires, this Friday, May 23rd. So will that make them money? I don't know. Let's see. Look at the strike. 325. Yeah, that'll make money. 450 will not, though. I got 416.92 at the top. That's the price. And then they're selling calls. Where is their expiration? Well, I didn't freeze their column. Freeze column. Oh, because I got merged cells. Damn it. All right, can't freeze the column. I got merged cells down below. But, I was supposed to check the expiration. All of them expire Friday, all right? So, any of them in the money? Yep. All right, so 410 is 1.66% in the money. That's on the bottom. 415 is in the money by 0.46%. And then the others are out of the money. They got a 420, a 425, and a 430. We'll see how it goes, though, for the rest of the week. All right, so before we close out MSTY, someone asked me during the premiere, can you ask YieldMax when they're going to use swaps? I talked to Scott at Title, a.k.a. YieldMax, the trader of MSTY, right? Everyone knows his name now. So, again, I'm allowed to say it. Scott Snyder. He's the man. He's the man out there. Tons and tons of options experience. I did interview him with Jay. If you guys haven't checked that out, feel free to. That's under the live category under my playlist. But anyway, I asked him about it. He said the swaps are only going to be used if they are at the OCC, which means Options Clearing Corporation, option position limits. And that pretty much means, again, they are limited to, how much they can hold on, I believe, the synthetic position. It can't be more than a certain amount, more than a certain percentage of, the overall fund. It can't equal a certain, absolute value amount. So if they get to that point and they need to add swaps just to add the additional exposure, I believe they will. And I was told swaps should come up on the intraday trades. So again, if that's the case, then I'll see it when it comes up, which is awesome. But right now, they're not going to use it. And one little other tidbit is swaps do not give any more upside than the synthetic combo. And by the way, yes, they're called synthetic combos. I know we don't really call it that, but we should. We probably should. But it's just more words, so more work for us. So I don't know. We're all kind of lazy. So maybe we'll start throwing that term in there. The options peeps seem to love that term because that is the term, right? We just say synthetic, but synthetic really could be, it's not just what they do, right? It could be other things, maybe just a long call, whatnot. But anyway, that's the update on that, and that's the answer to the question. Whoever asked that during the premiere. So there you go. All right, so that's the end of MSTY. Let's go to the other funds. Who had trades? TSLY did not have trades, okay? But NVIDIA did, right? NVIDIA did. I don't know what the hell they did. But let's go to TSLY first, then we'll come back to this thing. All right, so here we go. T to the S to the L to the Y. How you doing? Well, let's see. Tesla went up 0.5%. Okay, interesting. TSLY went up 0.66%. All right, that's freaking awesome. It beat it. We like that. What about the synthetic? All right, synthetic is chilling. They got two synthetics. They got a 320, which is whooping ass, and a 340, which is essentially at the money. But both expire July 18th. So really, we ain't touching them. Not yet. All right. So as far as their plays, though, for the week, looks like a pretty nice setup, right? It looks actually perfect. All right. So they got 5 strike prices. They got 362.50 all the way down to 372.50. 5, 6, 6, and 7 and 8% out of the money. Okay, fantastico. All right, let's keep going. Okay, they got butt buddies. We know that. We didn't cover them. We don't cover them too often. All right, but how you doing on the value of the fund? What's the size of the fund? 1.1 bill. Yeah, that's pretty good. The NAV is 9.15. Trade price right on the money at 9.15. Synthetic is worth 27 cents on paper. That's nothing. 30-day IV 59%. IV estimate based on that 42 cents. Income estimate, however, $1.36, which is a 193% yield if they actually paid out the income that they made, which obviously, they will not. That's a large payment. Group A, by the way, declares again in 21 days on June 11th. So it's way too early to be talking about that. All right, up next, your boy NVIDIA, whatever the hell you want to call them. Let's go. All right, buy put. What the hell? Buy put. Wait a second. It says NVIDIA. I know this was out of alignment here. Yeah, maybe that's... You know what? Let me go back. Yeah, it is. It says NVIDIA. All right, buy put. What the hell? Short sell put. All right, so yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what they did here. I got to be honest. So yeah, no, obviously, normally it would be buy to close put, but that shows a 130, and then all right, so they have a 126 and a 130 on that put. I told you I didn't trust this data. Yeah, it's not in here. All right, so I will have to double check on that because the holdings, they're updated. This is as of 5/21. That may be for, I thought it was going to show like the international thing, or I don't know. But again, it's out of alignment with the trades. And I told you the download was a little funky. So I'm going to trust this over the intraday trades that I see. So let's just cover it over here. Over here now. But missed these trades, they were good. I looked, I double checked them, and they were good. They were pretty much updated with the holdings. All right, so NVIDIA, how you doing? Well, actually, we got to go to the price change. NVIDIA went down 0.89% yesterday. NVIDIA went down 0.42%. Okay, not bad at all. All right, so how about synthetic-wise? They got a 110, they got a 120. NVIDIA's at 134. Whooping freaking ass. Can you dig that? All right. How about calls? All right, let's see. All right, we got 4 strike prices, 139, 140, 141, 142. 3, 4, 4, and 5% out of the money. How you doing? I'm doing good. That's right. So far, so good. 3 trading days left. Then we got the holiday weekend. All right, the value of the NVIDIA fund is $1.5 billion. That's right, B. The NAV is 1684. The trade price is 1686. Synthetic bailout money on a paper is worth 259. So yeah, I'd call that bank bro. That is bank bro. 30-day IV 49%. IV estimate based on that 64 cents. Income estimate $1.31. They're in a sweet freaking spot, guys. Sweet spot to pay a nice payment. That's 101% yield. Oh yeah, Group B declares now. All right, so they declare, well, let's think. If I upload this, when do I upload? 6:30. It's about, I don't know how long we're in, but it's probably announcing now, to be honest. And we'll see. I think my guesstimate was around 90 cents, 90-something cents. Maybe they'll pay $1. Hey, if they do, congratulations, NVIDIA nerds. I'm sorry, that's the name you got. But, NVIDIA is a nerdy company, kind of, right? They do chips and crap that nobody understands except the nerdy people. But anyway, let's move on. Can't laugh at the nerdy people anyway. They're the ones that make bank, bro. All right, so up next is, you know who's up. What did you do to your cone? Nah. So again, who else had trades? I don't know, man. Again, this thing's all screwed up. I don't know what happened. I really hope it's fixed today. But I think I saw SMCY was the only one. It was up here somewhere. And I'm sweating my ass off, by the way. This heater, I'm about to turn it off. But yeah, so I'll stay on here until I get to SMCY. Let me turn this off for now. All right, so coin, your boy coin, it went down 1%. CONY only went down 0.11%. So fantastico. All right, so what do we have on synthetics? Well, we got a 250. Is that good enough for you? It's fine. Well, coin's at 261, so that's just chilling. We'll just leave it alone. Oh yeah, when's it expire? We didn't talk about that. 6/20. All right, great. Next month. All right, so as far as the trades, remember, they're selling calls, and they got no insurance, right? Nothing. No buy calls, no credit call spreads, no nothing. All right, how they doing? They're doing all right. The lowest strike is 265. It's 1.38% out of the money. The highest strike is 287.50. It's 9.99% out of the money. So yes, they are scattered-a-doo. They got 6 strike prices: 1, 2, 4, 7, 9, and 9% out of the money. Pretty good spot heading into the rest of the week. But you never know. If coin jumps pretty big one day, a couple of those are going to get their ass whooped. The value of the CONY fund is 1.1 bill. The NAV is 874, trade price 875. Synthetic on paper is worth 41 cents per share. 30-day IV, 61%. IV estimate based on that, 41 cents. Income estimate, 51 cents. That's a 76% yield. Group C declares next week on May 28th. So wait for that, sucker. Can you dig it? All right, so let's go. SMCY, I think SMCY had a trade, right? So we got to go back already. All right, so assuming this is right? Again, this download, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like I need to go back and look. What the hell did it say? Buy puts, short sell call, and then they had the buy call on the 270. So that makes sense, right? The 130. So did they sell a call at 130 at least? What's the right one? Wait, they sold a call. That's in the money. Sorry, man. I can't get over it. 130. No. Okay. Yeah, man. Okay, my bad. No, I'm not even gonna say. I'll look into it later. I won't know because it's a goner. So just ignore it. All right, sell call, buy to close put, buy to close. What's going on? All right, purpley do. So, okay, what does that mean? Well, they're closing out some of their synthetic, the 45 synthetic. Okay, that's fine. And then they buy to close call. So they closed out 51. All right, what they pay? 13 cents. They won that trade anyway. So again, kind of forced closure. That just means money going out the door. People sold the SMCY fund. Now here's a buy to close. Buy to close call. All right. So this was obviously not a forced. They closed the 51 strike price, which is, by the way, 19% out of the money. I believe SMCY took a dive yesterday. We'll have to check the numbers in a second. This thing only cost 10 cents to close. And guess what? They rolled that strike price down to 46.50, which is still 8% out of the money. And they collected some additional premium in the process. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them in the ass, though. We shall see. All right, so let's go. Let's go to the file, and here we go. All right, SMCY, we talked about it. Yep, they took a dive down. SMCI went down 4.72%. SMCY went down 3.64%. Okay, so SMCY beat the underlying? How did this do in a bear market? Well, they beat up the bear. All right, so synthetic-wise, 45. They got a 45 synthetic. It's in danger? Not really. It's only like $2-something apart. But it expires next month, so let it be, let it be. All right, so what are we doing here? Well, we got kind of scattered-y-do. Not really, only 3 calls. A 46.50, that's the lowest of the strikes. This is the one they rolled down. It's 8.72% out of the money. And then they got these nice little high suckers. They left alone a 49, a 51, 14, and 19% out of the money. So we got room for upside. Let's go. SMCY, SMCY, go up, go up, go up. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Again, I always call this the nerdy company. Because look at their name, Super Microcomputer. Think about that. Anyway, the value of the fund is 169 mil. The NAV is 2031. Trade price 2033. Synthetic bailout. What does that mean? Well, it's in the negative, so it ain't bailing out nothing. 30-day IV, 76%. IV estimate based on that, 119. All right, we'll take it. Income estimate though, man, 560. Can't wait. 358% yield. Group D though, they declared when? Is that really? Is that soon? 14 days away? Damn. All right, that's pretty good. June 4th. I feel like we just talked about Group D. But up next, your boy PLTY. Again, this is a fund of the monsters. This is a monster of a fund. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this fund. All right. Let's look at the 1 day and then the 7 day, just for fun. Palantir, they went down 0.59%. PLTY went down 0.37%. All right, that's fine. How about the 7 day? Palantir has gone down 2%, and PLTY has only gone down 0.57%. I mean, is that not a beauty? That's over a week, guys. So just to give you guys an idea, do we want to, again, I don't do the 30 day because again, that'll bleed into the ex-dividend date, which will kind of like it'll not be fair to the numbers, clearly, because it'll drop by the amount of the last distribution. And we know PLTY's distributions are no joke. All right, so anyway, they got synthetics. Just one though, a 115. And how's that synthetic doing? Great, because Palantir is at 125. When's this synthetic expire? July 18th. All right, check. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so how are we doing here? Let's see. Can we get it on the screen? Yes, we can. All right, so they got 5 calls. They got a 131 lowest strike, 136 highest strike, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8% out of the money. That's kind of where they stand heading into the rest of the week. They got 3 trading days. They're doing all right so far, so good. We'll see, though. Again, too early to get excited about anything. The value of the fund is a 417 mil. The NAV is 7016, and the trade price is 7025. Synthetic is worth what? Bank, bro. 615. Oh man, can't wait till they closed out that sucker. 30-day IV, 57.29%. IV estimate based on that, 310. But who gives a damn about that? We're talking about income estimate, 1368. That's how much they freaking made. So what did they pay? I don't know. They already declared it by the time this is coming out. And hopefully they paid around what I said. What I say, 6 something? I don't know. I think I said 615, but whatever. They made a lot. They could pay a lot. It's up to them, right? It's up to them. Obviously, yes, they have to pay out 90% of the fiscal year. We know that. But what will they pay this time? What did they pay this time? I don't know. But probably a decent amount. Obviously, we don't have to say Group B declares. But the next declaration is on June 18th. All right. Fantastic. All right. So that's the update on the YieldMax funds. Let me take a sip of water, intermission. All right. Now I'm going to get into my options trading. But as always, for the people who do not watch my options, I'm not offended. Don't worry. I get it. You're you don't like options. You don't like my strategy. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I just want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. All right. So now let's get to the options. Birdies are out, baby. Commute day for me. Oh my God. I can't wait. Can't wait to drive in the rain. All right. Here we go. Options. Again, I default to this. These are the indexes, triple leverage indexes. How they doing? Well, look at the charts. Up, down, all around. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And yeah, whatever. MSTY. Someone asked me yesterday on X, are you selling calls on MSTY yet? No, I'm not. Unfortunately, again, here's the problem on trading MSTY. Look at my cost basis, right? It's right down here. 27.25. Look at the price of MSTY. 23.79. Is it worth it to me to sell calls, number one, at $28, which is above my cost basis? The answer is no, because there's no premium there. Is it worth it to sell calls below my cost basis and it be in danger of it getting assigned? No. To me, absolutely not. I may change my mind in the future, but right now the premium is just not worth it. I'd rather just hold and have this work as, my just buying a whole dividend play, right? They're paying a sweet dividend, so I'll let it be. Let it be. So that's why I'm not selling calls for whoever asked that question. For now, I'm just going to sell puts, get more shares, and if my cost basis is ever lower than the current price, then yes, I will sell calls because I'm not in love with these shares, right? If some go, I know the fund's going to go up and down, and I've accepted that. So if I'm actually in a profitable position, yes, I'll make money on these shares. Again, but to me, the options chain, it's not like it's okay for a covered call ETF, right? I mean, it's actually good for a covered call ETF. It's okay for like the average stock. It's barely okay, but you know what I mean? It's just not worth it. So hopefully that made sense. All right, so TSLL, what did I do yesterday? Let's see. Let me try to, I'm not going to zoom in any further. Yesterday was the 20th. I sold a call, right? I sold a call. I think TSLL was up. It was at 15.14. I sold a call with a strike price of $18, 18% out of the money. You figure that's pretty damn safe. Look at the delta, 0.13. To me, that's pretty damn safe. And of course, the premium's the same, 0.13. $13, which you may say, what's the hell's the point? But again, these numbers add up, guys. These numbers add up, $13. And it's also yielding me 72% on the money that I'm risking, right? So why the hell not do that? And I know, thinking about these numbers, these are chump change. But if you had more money, obviously, you would select more contracts. Me, I trade typically one contract at a time because I'm still a broke ass, right? I'm messing around with small money here. I'm a small money options trader. But that's okay. I'm going to build up into being a big options trader. And then I know what I'm talking about, right? So anyway, that's all I did yesterday. That's all I did. How many calls do I have out? I have 2 on the top. I have another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 calls. How many shares do I own? We go over here. 800. I only have room for one more call. All of my calls, by the way, expire this Friday. Are any in danger? Well, let's see. If you go to as at the money under the calls, yes. The 10 is in danger. We know that. I'm rolling that for, a hope. The 12 is in danger. Yep. Because, TSLL is at 1490. And then what else we got? The 14 is actually in danger. Okay, that's interesting. The 15 is maybe safe. And then I got a 17 and 18. Those look to be safe for now. And then I got puts. How many puts? I'm selling puts, a 13, a 14, and a 15. The 15's in danger. Again, danger and quote unquote. I don't really consider any of this danger. But, again, I'm having a grand old time trading options on TSLL. It's seriously one of the best. How much did I make on TSLL this week? I made $136. So that's not bad. So let's go to TNA. Because I'm TNA. I'm dynamite. So yesterday, TNA was kind of up, but not really. But I sold a call anyway. I sold a call. It was at 31.11, and then I chose a 33.50. Again, my other call was at 33. Typically, I don't like to mess with the decimals, but the 34 was not worth it. So I had to choose a 33.50 strike price, which at the time was 7.68% out of the money. The delta was 0.11, and it paid me 10 cents per share, which was $10, which I know it's not a lot of money, but again, it's better than nothing. Better than just sitting idle, just chilling. I'm going to make something out of these damn shares. So that was the trade yesterday. Again, I do have another call at 33, as mentioned. These both seem to be okay. They both expire Friday, but we'll see what happens. And then I got 3 puts. Again, I'm being a little more aggressive on the put side of TNA because I say bring it, right? Bring it. Like if you want to go up, fine. Like today, will I sell another put? I'm thinking about selling another put on TNA at 30. Again, it kind of puts me in a little, dangerous spot if they decide to drop. Imagine they drop under my lowest, and then I'll be getting another 400 shares of TNA. Like that's the only issue. But we'll see, man. We'll see how things go. I have to, if TNA goes up today, I'm going to sell another call. That's a no-brainer because how many shares do I own? I think I own 400. Let's see. It's on the bottom here. Yeah, right there, 400. So So I own 400 shares of TNA. I'm only selling calls on 200 of them at the moment, and I want to put them all to work again in due time. There's no rush. So I'll do that. If TNA is green today, I'll do that. TNA was red in the pre-market though, so again, I'm probably going to look on the put side for them. TSLY was looking green, so that was that'll probably sell the last call and not feel bad about it. All right, here we go. What do we got here? Annualize that sucker. Now, for real, I only made $63 so far for TNA for the week, but we're getting there. Let's see the weekly income so far, $199. I'm probably not going to beat last week. Last week was a really good week, but most of my money is made towards the end of the week anyway. But we'll see, man. We'll see. We're doing good so far. Any options, questions, let me know. Again, I did make, I still have this questions section. I just haven't had any new questions. But if you do have options, questions, please comment option question, and then I will add it to this and answer it on the video. All right? Assuming it's a question worthy of the video, which, most questions are, unless it's something unless it's something I can answer on the comments, then I guess there's no point. But if it's a question you would prefer answered in the video, just type options question and then type the question, and then I'll add it here, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow if I remember, because I could forget. All right. So that's the update on options. Is that fun? Is that worth it? Was that a good video? I don't know. You tell me. As always, this is not financial advice. This bum is not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, come back tomorrow and we will be more entertaining. Okay. We hope so. We try to. I don't know. We do our damnedest. All right. So yeah, Tesla's still up in the pre-market. It's as of 5:47 a.m. Making okay time. I got to get my ass to the office today. Like I said, 1 hour drive. I'm probably doing a commute video. I'm feeling like doing a video because I'm getting a lot of YieldMax questions and random questions. And I'm, based on memory, I will try to answer them. And then I'll just talk about whatever, right? That's the whatever. It's the commute, talk, whatever. For those of you that don't know, sometimes on the way to work, I'll just hit record on my phone and I'll just yip yap and I'll post it on YouTube. And people do like that. They seem to like that on occasion. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go under, I think it's under the podcast section actually of the playlist. And then you'll see a bunch of videos like that. All right. If you guys enjoy this content, please hit the like button. Like I said, it does help. It helps the channel grow. We want to grow. We want to be bigger. We want to be bigger, right? Imagine a freaking channel that records in a garage on a phone to be this big. Like the fact that it's already gone this far it's insane. But why not just keep going? I mean, again, this is not the ordinary your everyday YouTube, right? With the cool graphics, everyone's got a cool intro. They got all this cool stuff. They got the sound effects. They got the the clicker that pops in the screen and it clicks the subscribe and notifications bell. No, we don't get that here. All we get is a stupid phone recording and a guy talking. And that's it. That's the extent of it, right? No editing. So you get the sniffles. You get the water bottle here. Bonus content, right? You get all that. This is not the norm, but who cares, right? This should be the norm because people ain't got time for that. So if you guys want to make a YouTube, man, go for it. Go for it. I always say just go for it. For real, any of you guys out there if you're thinking about it, stop it. Just do it. Post your first video now. Send it to me. I will watch it. I will. I love new YouTubers. I love people, the people that are willing to share and give it a chance, right? The hard workers. Most of you guys probably busting your ass working every day. And you would love another income outside of dividends. Why not to try YouTube or go on Twitter? I don't know, do something, right? Just try something. Build your own brand, like I said. That was one of the commute videos too. Anyway, I'm done yapping. I got to get my ass moving for work. So let's end it there, but let's get to the key word. If you made it this far in the video, prove it, you gotta say the keyword, damn it. The keyword. All right, what's today's keyword? Today's keyword is 10,000. Why? Why 10,000? Why? Because I hit 10,000 freaking followers on Twitter, or X. I'm sorry, X. What is X? Well, it's Twitter, right? I haven't been, it wasn't until like maybe over the past 3 months or so, I finally gave my X account some love. And again, that's thanks to, I talked to this guy, Pio. He has a channel too. He has a Twitter. He was kind enough to give me some, tips and, kind of motivated me to start building out that audience too, because it's a completely different platform. There's a lot of people on there that are not on here. So that being said, I did hit 10,000 this morning, so I'm very happy about that. So obviously that's just another route to share, whatever I'm doing. So that's the keyword. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you're gonna say the keyword. The keyword is 10K, baby. You could type in 10K, you could type in 10,000, or you could type in 10,000 sucker. And that's it. All right. So can you dig that? All right. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. All right. Have a great day and peace.